What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. After Sound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. All right, guys, let's talk about Gladiator cards, or Gladius packs, Gladiator cards, whatever you call them. And their dominance, their presence, their whatever it is in the lower leagues. Now, we know that they've definitely taken over bronze. I have been playing in silver, and they can be quite dominant in silver too. Silver as well. I don't know about gold necessarily, although I do wonder as many more players start to level up their soulbound summoners as well as their gladiator cards, if they will dominate in gold. And of course, I'm talking about ranked play, right? So as we move forward, a question that seems to have been asked multiple times and thought that's been put out there is, do we need to limit the gladiator usage and maybe even ban it at some of the lower levels? Now, hear me out, because there's going to be a lot of people who are like, oh, well, I earned these soulbound summoners and I want to be able to use them, blah, blah, blah. I get it, right? It was something that, was cool at the time. The team did it, but it has completely dominated the meta. And there is a single reason that I think it is important that we consider shifting the way, we handle gladiator cards in ranked, and that is the new player experience. Now, before, when you would come in, right, before the bot ban that happened in Modern, you would run into a situation where you'd play against lineups that were perfectly optimized against you. And so new players would come in and they would have no idea what to do, right? They would just constantly lose, and unless they rented like some really OP cards. So for example, at the time in Modern, this was when Untamed was there, not before Untamed rotated out. In order to get through bronze, I'd have to rent Lamacron, I'd have to rent Jotun, maybe even Kitty, just to make it through bronze, the slog that was bronze, and up into silver where the gameplay opened up a little bit. Now, the thing is, gladiator cards are even more pervasive than bots in many ways, and for several reasons, right? One, it's because it's not just bronze, it's silver that they're dominating too, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see, them starting to dominate in gold and diamond as we move forward. I run a lot of tournaments on the live streams here, and it's not uncommon to see a gold level tournament or diamond level tournament feature a soulbound summoner. It doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen sometimes. So there is that confidence to be able to run a gladiator even at the higher levels where there's a bunch of abilities, the gameplay opens up, and it's generally harder to have like one single card or one single combo dominate. But when you think about the fact that, okay, it's pervasive through all of the leagues, and not only that, there's no way to get around it. There's no, I'm just going to go rent Lamacron anymore. I'm going to rent Kitty, Jotun. You can't even do that, because if you're a new player coming into the game, all right, well, you rent all the cards that you need, but guess what you don't have? Soulbound reward cards, specifically the soulbound summoners. On top of that, you don't even have the gladiator cards, because you need to participate in all of the in all of the guilds, and that actually takes time. That is a proof of time element. So when we think about like, okay, what is the new player experience like, and is it better or worse than it was before when we had bots? I think you can actually make an argument to say that it might even be worse, right? Because you're going to get a new player that comes in. They're going to go to the shop and they're going to buy a bunch of packs, and they're going to be like, okay, you know what? I spent the money, a couple $100 maybe. I have a max Chaos Agent set. I have a max Rebellion set. They go into a game and they're like, what is this Korra card? Or what is Captain Katie or Katrelba? Like all these cards that are just super powerful within the meta. I'm like, haven't seen that before. How does this all work? And keep in mind, this is from the mindset of a new player who has no idea, right? They just think that it's going to be, Rebellion and Chaos. That's what they've heard when they've asked. But all of a sudden they see these gladiator cards, different frame, different style, different everything. And then these things just dominate. Imagine being a new player and then being like, okay, well, let me go into Discord. Let me go on Twitter. How do I get these cards? Oh, well, you need to keep on playing and you need to participate in brawls. So it's going to take you some time to level up and get all these cards. In the meantime, you're just going to continue to get your butt kicked, because the only place that you are going to be competitive is in bronze, maybe silver, right? So you're just going to have to go up against other players who've been around for a while and have these cards. Now, there is an appeal to that, right? The whole proof of time appeal. But does that come at the expense of the new player experience, where all of a sudden they're just like, yeah, this is kind of boring, right? It's dominated by older players who've been around for a while. Not even like a whale thing. It's just like, oh, if you were here earlier, and you've been playing, well, you got rewarded. Now, you're going to get some hardcore gamers that are going to look at that and be like, all right, that's my motivation. That's my chip on the shoulder, right? I want to go and I want to be just like those folks who started 6 months ago, 12 months ago, and start to build up my my reward cards and my Gladiator cards. But you're going to get a lot of other people, the casuals maybe, that will come in and say, yeah, okay, this game is skewed towards, people who have money and people who've been here before, right? That's going to be the criticism that ends up coming in. So again, I'm not saying that there is a right or wrong solution or what we need to do, but I think it is an important conversation that should be had, at least in the very near future, when we consider what the new player experience in 2024 is going to be like. At the end of the day, SPS is pumped, right? SPS did a nice pump from 1.3 at its low all the way up to like 3.5 cents. We're sitting just below 3 cents now. Things are looking better. Land is out. Rebellion is out. A new set. It's a great time for new players to be coming in. And the last thing you want to do is turn them away because their experience actually playing the game is just completely dominated by players who have been around for a while. You want a space for new players to be able to participate. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. We can continue this conversation there, but just wanted to put it out there and see what y'all thought. I will catch you all in the next video and see you around the game. Take care.